Holy shit. Since we still don't know the role of the symbiote in the game, just wanted to make this theory for fun. Decided to split into different parts to help you guys understand the discussion. Hope you guys have the resilience to read all of this and pay attention, since this theory would contain an explanation and analysis of the plot of Spider-Man. Arrival. Symbiote arrived in the meteorite, making it a foreign object that does not belong to Earth. The Oscorp scientists, alongside Kurt Connors, found it, experimented on it, and find out it can cure diseases. They called the symbiote GR35. Something bad happened with the experiment, and the scientists of Oscorp decided to cancel the project. However, when Norman saw its results, he decided to use the symbiote for his son Harry as a cure for his disease and hide it to other scientists with the exception of Kurt Connors, and puts Harry alongside the symbiote inside the tube. Okay, so talking about this one, they showed that clip of the symbiote whenever it supposedly first arrives to Earth. Probably, yes. And I do believe that was probably Kurt Connors before he loses his arm that finds it, because they did say that Kurt Connors is the one who originally finds it. So if that is how it is, then the symbiote has definitely been around for quite some time. Definitely the whole of Spider-Man 1, the symbiote was there, just not being like, you know, active in any way. It was obviously stuck in that in the thing with Harry. So yes, I think this is definitely possible. Many years have passed until the Spider-Man Miles Morales post-credit scene. Norman told Kurt to release Harry inside the test tube alongside the symbiote, since Harry's vital signs are improving. Kurt doubts the idea of releasing Harry and the symbiote inside the test tube, but Norman ignores it and just told Kurt to open it, and it somehow created a worst case scenario. The symbiote that was inside Harry from the tube manages to escape the lab and later escape Oscorp to find and look for another host, leaving Harry unconscious. Okay. Kurt analyzed Harry's vital signs through X-ray and find out that Harry possesses some small pieces or fragments of the symbiote inside his body, only half piece of it. I don't really know what a half piece of symbiote means, but sure. Norman might think that his son is finally cured of his disease, but sadly Harry doubts it, because even if the half piece of the symbiote is still... What is a half piece? Why not just a piece? What is a half piece? Because even if the half piece of the symbiote is still inside his body and it's the only thing that is healing his disease, it's not enough. Harry's sickness might still come back, because without the other half piece of the symbiote, he is incomplete and full without the other half. Without the other half of the symbiote, he could not achieve his dream or wish of healing the world. I think half piece was I think just the word half. I think you'd have been perfectly fine if you just said piece. Only a piece of it. I think that's all you need. I don't think a half piece is necessary. Despite the other piece of the symbiote is still inside Harry, it has a side effect. Aside from healing Harry's sickness, it also caused Harry to develop a split personality. As if Harry and whoever is inside him are two different beings. One was his normal Harry Osborn persona, and the other personality was something else. Something that is telling Harry to heal the world and tells him that he is not alone. The only way to help Harry is to achieve his goal to steal the other piece of the symbiote to become complete and change the world into a better place. For now, Harry's goal is to become complete by reabsorbing the half symbiote piece to be fully cured of his disease. Maybe this way it will help fasten the curing process of his disease, since the half of the symbiote inside Harry is not healing him enough. That's why Peter mentioned in the trailer that Harry is dying and the sickness is still catching, since half of the symbiote became a part of him. What if the reason why Venom wants Peter's symbiote is because the symbiote that was latched inside Peter's made a connection and bonded to his DNA? And absorbing / stealing it will help Harry, finally curing him for his disease, since Peter's DNA might contain a cure to Harry's disease, and the symbiote inside Peter somehow bonded with it. But this is just a way to turn Harry into a complete... I like that. The other half. Meanwhile, the other half piece of symbiote that escaped Oscorp finally found that the host is worth possessing and somehow made its way to Peter. In other words, the symbiote that Peter is using in the trailer is part of offshoots or an offspring event. I could see that. A piece, I'm just going to try and ignore this half piece because you didn't need that word. A piece of the symbiote, similar to how Sony left a symbiote piece in MCU Peter's universe from the post-credit scene of No Way Home, making the symbiote being half inside with Peter and half inside with Harry. Let's just say the symbiote that is inside Harry only possesses 30% of it, while the one that got away and make its way into Peter possesses 70%. Yeah, so all you needed was piece. You didn't need half piece that whole time. Because a half piece would be like 25%. 6 months have passed and Peter's been, if we're breaking pieces into fours, that'd be 25%. Leading to a boss fight between Peter with the symbiote and Lizard. Peter brutally beats him, but Lizard somehow finds the symbiote's weakness down. Yeah, we saw that in the trailer. The Lizard's scream affected Peter wearing the symbiote. We saw that. After the fight with Lizard, Miles thinks that Peter is getting aggressive because of the symbiote's influence, and Peter tells Miles to find Kraven alone without his help. Miles doubts this since Peter is getting aggressive and puts himself in a dangerous situation. Miles tells Peter, "You know, if you need me, I'm just a call." Miles then leaves Peter alone with the symbiote showing. Okay. Peter later faces Kraven in his mansion or basement with the black suit and fights him, but this time Peter is no longer holding back with Kraven. MJ told Miles to keep an eye with Peter to see his situation, despite Peter told Miles to leave and go away. Miles sees this and thinks that Peter caused a lot of mayhem in Kraven's mission. Miles thinks that Peter is being unstable and uncontrollable and told Peter to remove the symbiote. After hearing Miles' words, Peter decides to remove the symbiote but can't do it. Since the symbiote is its own thing, it overtakes Peter and possessed him, leading into a boss fight with Miles and Peter. Peter almost beats Miles, and Miles told Peter to fight the symbiote's influence and reject it. After an emotional boss fight, Peter ditches the symbiote in later parts of the game because it made him unstable and aggressive, and the symbiote will try to find another host to have its revenge on Peter. Whether it could be someone else or whoever it is, the half symbiote will make its way to define another host. So, this part, I like this part, but yes, emotional talk, yes, but I think the way that Peter is going to lose the symbiote is going to be Miles's bioelectricity. It's got to be like we've seen it in the B grader together. The symbiote starts taking over the together, and then Miles's electricity zaps it, and it's gone. So I think that's obviously a hint. The way that, and I think we're gonna end up fighting as Miles. We're gonna end up fighting as Miles to fight Peter, and we're gonna have to use the bioelectricity to get the symbiote off Peter. Harry/Venom will be on the run to find the missing half piece of the symbiote and absorb it, while Peter and Miles find the other piece of the symbiote to destroy it before something bad happens. Peter and Miles will chase Venom through web swinging, since Venom is on the verge to find the half piece of the symbiote. He will also create chaos on the streets to distract Peter and Miles. The half piece will make its way into someone else, and Venom will go after him to steal the half symbiote inside his body to become complete. Peter and Miles will fight both of them until Venom successfully steals the half symbiote inside whoever possesses the whole, and creating the complete and upgraded version of it. Maybe in this way, Venom will acquire Peter's strengths, skills, and absorb it, thus giving him the knowledge of web swinging and hand-to-hand combat, or even spider sense, leading into the final battle between Peter and Miles against an upgraded Venom. I like that. I like that whole theory. That's good. Conclusion: the symbiote splitting into two or a different number gives a scenario that Peter is not the only one who is facing his own darkness. Someone else, like Harry, is also facing his own worst demons. The only difference here is the one rejected and fought his own demons, while the other wants to absorb it and be free of it all, leaving him into a regret where the darkness overtakes him and turn it into something else, something worse. It will also create an interesting dynamic that Peter and Harry is not the only one who is using the symbiote. the symbiote might make its way into anyone else. We don't know who it is, but whoever possesses it, Venom will come for him and steal it to finally be cured and completed. Okay. Wallow 888, very well thought out. Very well thought out. I like a lot of what you're saying in here. And I think you're on the right track. I think you are definitely on the right track. There are a few things that I don't fully agree with. I think some things are going to be slightly different. No Craven in a black suit. Bro thinks he's a Yelp reviewer. Talking to me? I think I'm the Yelp reviewer. I'm just like looking at it from a from an outside perspective. I think he's got a lot of things like on point for sure. I'm big on Spider-Man, bro. So as a huge Spider-Man fan, there's certain things that like I don't want to see, and there's certain things that it just makes sense. You know, ever since the beginning of the Spider-Man 2 marketing, they've shown the B grader together, and it's the symbiote taking over together, and then the electricity zapping the symbiote. So I just think that has to be how Peter loses the symbiote, is through Miles just fucking electrifying the fuck out of him. Even with the Spider-Man console, like, they're like, what is this stuff? Peter's like, Miles zaps it, and then Peter's like, do it again. So, no. I like what he's saying. I like what he's saying, though. I like what he's saying. I like everything.